Hey guys, this is my first video, and I want to start the first video off with purpose. This idea of purpose, because it's something that drives me and grounds me and shapes everything that I do. But I think it's very imperative that I touch on this as the first video because it's the foundation for everything that I'm doing in my life. And for me, I think purpose is very important because if my purpose isn't solidified from the start of the goal, by the time I reach 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, is that purpose going to carry me all the way through? And I think that that's a question that I feel like all people who are in the medicine field need to reflect on. Because your purpose, if you know your purpose, then it caters how you do your work. It shows who you are, you know? And for me, I think relating purpose back to medicine, it goes back to a quote from the greatest man who ever lived. He said, "Greater love has no man than this, than the man who would lay down his life for his friends." So, greater love has no man than this, than a man who would lay down his life for his friends. And that's frankly what medicine means to me. Of course, I'm not physically laying down my life and dying, um, but it represents a sacrificial essence of me giving my life to this job, but also this identity at the same time. Being a caretaker, being a physician, being somebody who's somebody can count on and depend on to help them out of a tough situation. Being somebody that can give information that's not information that you just see on social media. Is real information that's backed by scientific facts and data to help people improve their health outcomes. A lot of people are struggling, and the amount of misinformation and amount of people that are actively not using medicine for what it's supposed to be used for with the way social media is now. I feel like I want to be someone. I know I want to be somebody to make a positive change in this field, right? I've been gifted with a skill set, and helping people is the greatest thing that you can do. And if you could find something that you desire passionately to do that involves benefiting to something that's greater than yourself, we as people, that's kind of the main goal. Yeah, so for me, my foundation is realizing that I've been gifted with something to help people, right? I have the inclination towards this field, towards this purpose, and helping somebody, helping people, right, is the greatest thing that you can do. And it kind of seems simplistic in a sense, like is that all? But when it comes down to the core, right, there's so many people struggling, so many people that need help, so many people that just cannot do it on their own, and so many people that just need that helping hand. And for medicine, I see that as the direct mirror image of that. Um, and the next question talks about why I'm pursuing medicine, and when did this go from an interest to a purpose? And when I'm reflecting back on this question, it brings me back to Grenada. So I went to a study abroad program in Grenada, and I was shadowing a lot of doctors, learning a lot about clinical practice and different procedures, going around and speaking to a lot of doctors, being around this clinical medical school environment. And before this, I knew I always had an inclination towards science and towards the field of medicine, but I was never serious about it. I was never really serious. It was kind of just, I'm in college, I'm doing enough. I don't really need to worry about what's going on after college, or I don't need to worry about what's going on in the future because this is sufficient for right now. And being there in that environment and realizing that college, it stops. It stops. Of course, it's kind of nonsensical to say, like, of course college stops, but I don't think I knew and understood that it really stopped, and that there needed to be a further passion and drive to something outside of that environment. And when I got there, I saw all these things. I saw this medical school. I saw these professionals. I saw all these different things relating to medicine, and I'm like, this is it, right? This is what I need to be focusing on. This is the path that I'm meant to walk in. Um, and of course, it was a long journey from there to here because I had to develop so many different things to even be suitable to do something like this. There was a lot of discipline that needs to be changed. A lot of things, a lot of perspectives that needs to be altered in order to be somebody who can even accomplish a goal like this. Um, and yeah, that point in Grenada where I realized that, what do you want your purpose to be? What do you want your life to fulfill? What do you want to do? You understand what I'm saying? And from there, I started making the plan to walk into this goal, and been taking out steps every single day to try to do that. And with this, it kind of makes me think about, with this purpose and with this goal, I see so many people working jobs, and I see so many people doing things that they're just completely unhappy with. And having the ability to change, or the ability to work towards a goal and to be passionate about something, is not every it's not something everybody has. Not every single person can actively do that, or is actively doing that. So in the future, 10 years from now, would I want to wake up working a job that is not really fulfilling my purpose, or it's not really something that I want to do, and then have that reflect in my attitude? Or am I going to put the work in now to do something that will be fulfilling in the future, and to be something more than myself? So yeah. And the last question is, what keeps you from giving up? Why does purpose change your daily life? Like, what does having a purpose change about my daily life? And I think having a purpose, it gets you up. It makes you realize that, okay, I want to help people. I want to do this thing. I want to be this person beyond myself. And it makes me realize that there are people actively out there who could benefit from what I'm trying to do. There are people actively out there who can be helped from what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. And of course, that's the ultimate goal, that lives can be changed, that hearts can be moved by what you're doing, you know? And having that mindset, it makes me orient my day in the way of putting things in my day that I know are accomplishing my goal. And I think that's the primary thing that I don't see with people who want to achieve a goal. Not even just this goal, just any goal. People say they want to do things every single day, and then the things that they're doing in their daily life, in their 24 hours, have nothing in relation to that goal. So, having the purpose, it kind of changes this goal that I want to do, just from me mouthing what I'm trying to do, or me mouthing or saying this goal, to doing an action that's leading up to that goal every single day. Right? And that kind of differentiates between somebody who actually wants to accomplish a goal, and for somebody who just thinks this is cool, and hasn't really put their foot forward, right? So, yeah, so just sharing a little bit about purpose, right? Helping people is my solid rock. It's my foundation with when it comes to medicine. And it seems very general, and it seems very superficial, but when you get down to the core of it, there's so many people that need help. There's so many people that just want to see you care. There's so many people that just want to see you actively be invested into what they have going on, right? Just a little moment can change somebody's life. Just a short, brief period of your day can completely alter somebody's perspective that they've had for the last 10 years of their life. Just showing that you're not oblivious, right, to all these things that are going on in their life, right? It changes how they think. And just starting there with the purpose of helping people and caring, and doing something that you don't normally do, or caring, or having a conversation, or speaking to somebody about something that he normally would have spoken to anybody about. And it just relates back to the quote that I said: greater love hath no man than this, than a man who would lay down his life for his friends. So, in closing, I just want to say that I'm sharing these reflections to stay aware of who I'm becoming, and to stay rooted in my purpose, not just in the goals. I want to grow intentionally, and I want to start talking through these things to help me understand who I am better and who I'm trying to become. So I hope this helped, and have a good rest of your week, guys.